Hey Karu, I made this video because I just recently watched a video by the Vlogbrothers, specifically by Hank Green, called Stop Embarrassing Yourself, where he basically goes off on little mistakes that people make in their use of grammar or pronunciation of words or use of colloquialisms, that sort of thing. And I find this really pretentious and unnecessary, and I think that, you know, based on my background with a really well-educated family, smart kids who are all really into arguing about those things, I see that as certainly immature. And I'm curious what your take is on it is, because I know that you have a real love of language and you love to use language in specific ways. But often I find, in working for the Indian tribe, that I come in contact with a lot of people who are very intelligent and very capable, but in the culture in which they were raised, learning those specific things was unimportant and seems trivial, really trivial, compared to the issues that they face on a daily basis. And it really bothers me when somebody who grew up in an intellectually elite environment, that was well educated and well cared for, makes a video like this or promotes this sort of thing. And I realize that's not the intention is not to put other people down, but essentially they're selling something. They're selling a set of cultural values that I don't think are well examined and well thought through. And I think that maybe if we spent less time concerning ourselves with what's right and what's wrong within the cultural context of which we were raised, and think more about what's important in life, we'd be better off. Now, that's not to say, I know that in this particular case, Hank Green he's funny. He's doing this largely tongue-in-cheek, but it lays a groundwork, and the whole nerdfighter community that he's speaking to, including my kids, love to argue about this sort of thing and nitpick on each other on these sort of little issues. And and I, of course, would love to tease you on this sort of thing. My sister did it to me growing up. It's probably why I'm bitter about it. I'm just bitter because Lindy used to mock me for writing allot, A-L-O-T, instead of a lot. But we're not going there. Anyway, I just think that this is not important. This stuff is not important. It's not something that we should be placing high value on. And at one point in his video, he talks about the failure of the American education system. And I think that's absurd. I think that the education system has failed, but not because people don't know that England is a country in the United Kingdom, because that's trivial. That's trivial knowledge. It's not important. It's something you can look up in a book if you need to know it, and somebody will correct you. If you say all intents and purposes, or intensive purposes instead of intense and purposes, that's not that important. And in most cases, people understand what you're trying to communicate. Now, the one situation where I do find these kind of mistakes annoying is when you get somebody who's trying to impress you and intellectually browbeat you or whatever and condescend to you, and they're making these kinds of mistakes. In those cases, I find it really annoying. But most of the time, it's like everybody's ignorant. Everyone has ignorances. Ignorances? Did I just invent that word? Everybody's ignorant of something. And everyone has holes in what they know. And I just think it's unimportant to... Actually, you know what I think it is? I think it's condescending and hypocritical and self-aggrandizing to place your knowledge, what you think is important, above what everyone else thinks is important, and actually liken making a mistake that you think is important to, walking around with your fly open or something. I don't know. It bothers me. So anyway, I'm just curious. I felt like I kind of wanted to vent about that. The thing that bothers me most is that a lot of the people I work with are from underprivileged community where, they are struggling to figure out how they're going to get through the day when they're kids. And they're dealing with racism in the schools. They don't know where they're going to live. They're dealing with not having parents there for them. And some of them are able to get through that and push through and through sheer force of will and support of the community, rise above that. But I would sure hate to see some of those people see a video like this and realize that they've been doing something like that and feel humiliated about it. Because it's not important stuff, and yet it's something that gets beaten on them about. Anyway, sorry for this boring sort of soliloquy. I will talk to you soon. You better make a video. I'm interested in what's going on. Take care. And until I talk to you again, I'm still dead.